Whoops. Good morning, good day. I'm getting set up here. Looking forward to sharing gratitude with you. If I had a cardigan, I'd be putting that on. Oh, this is kind of like a cardigan. I'm kind of going a little Mr. Rogersy. Um, let's see. Oh, good morning, good day. Happy Monday. Happy MLK Jr. Day. Hopefully, you are having time off work. Hello, Mr. T Double. This is a daily practice of sharing gratitude and connection. So grateful to be sharing it with you. The photo on the screen is one I usually share on this day each year. It is my grandfather working with MLK Jr. It was from a Baptist week in Denver. My grandpa was a minister, and they worked together. And my grandpa was his driver and collaborator on some activities that were going on that week. Hello, Mr. T. And hello, Laura and Aratis Singh and Selkie. If you have got something you're grateful for, please share and I will share it with the group. Good morning, Juan. I just got off the phone with my brother and I said, "What are you grateful for?" And he said he was grateful for a beautiful morning walk, enjoying the San Diego weather and cooking with his very handsome and wise brother. He may have phrased it differently, but I too am very grateful for my brother and how aligned we are in so many ways and our sense of humor, and he is my best friend. Um, I guess I have 2 best friends now. Lisa and my brother are my 2 best friends. Selkie says, "I am grateful for being alive." Woo! Testify. Mr. T is grateful for health. Yeah, boy. I was just talking to my brother about a friend that has been fighting brain cancer for 10 years, and they've got a permanent stint head for chemo, and just that their daily life for the last decade has been one of fighting, uh, and how easy it is to take for granted a baseline of healthiness. So sure, my body is achy, and I've got some physical therapy I'm working on with my shoulder and aches and pains of aging, but, oh, so grateful for being well. Mr. T says, "You're lucky, my brother is MAGA." You know, we were talking about this morning about, the state of the world and how difficult it is to find common ground. There's a great post, I think it was, uh, what's his name? Jones, he's a commentator, I'm blanking on his name, but, he did this side by side of the left believes this, the right believes this, just to kinda, like, highlight. Because I mean, the reality is that the people who your brother, he's not he doesn't lack intelligence. He just is caught in a different narrative, just like we are caught in a narrative. And, like, I'm getting these stickers or T-shirts made that say, "My brainwashing is better than your brainwashing," which isn't to say I don't think I'm right. I just also know that the reason I think I'm right is because of my narrative, and I think that the danger that is inherent in the other side's narrative is, more has more consequences. But I think it's really good to remember, um, that people are making decisions based on the best that they got, the best they can, and in different circumstances, we could have been in those shoes. Like, there was a time that if I was born in a different time in the US, I wouldn't have bat an eye that all my neighbors had slaves, And sure, I might be like, "Oh, man, old man Johnson is so mean to his slaves. I can't believe it's disgusting. He is so cruel to them." Someone would go, "Do you think we should eliminate slavery?" I'd be like, "Whoa, whoa, no, of course not. How else I mean, that's just the way it is." Like, that's crazy talk. If you and now, it, like, almost, like, burns my throat to say that out loud, but I think it's helpful to remember that a different upbringing, different culture, different biology, and the world is different. It helps in finding compassion, and I don't think we can find peace without compassion. Mr. T says, "From my experience, most of the people that I know that are MAGA have been traumatized at one point or another." And the reality is that most people have been traumatized in some way. So it's easy to fall into a place where our fears can be capitalized on. Heineen says, "Gratitude for collaboration. Send in love." And yes, and conditioning and biases are hard to see perspective, but easier to see in each other. Yep. Right. The, um, the first chapter of the book that I've been working on is I can't remember what I'm calling it right now. I think it's "Mistrust Your Brain," 'cause until you can be really clear that you have cognitive bias, you will discard anything that challenges what you already believe, no matter how true or untrue it is, you know? There's a reason why, people that say a scientific the people that contradict what the church says about science fear for their lives. Mr. T says, "They feed the other wolf." Well said. Good morning, Gerbat. If you miss me saying it, the picture on the screen is my grandpa with MLK Jr. And if you haven't seen my TEDx talk about grandpa and gifting, I talk about this picture and how significant it was for me growing up. Because I grew up in a world where someone as mythical as Martin Luther King Jr. was not mythical. I mean, yes, he was in a like, almost mythical, like Santa Claus and Godzilla, but no, because I had a picture of him with my grandpa. So it was really reality bending or reality anchoring to say the great men and women of history are not these kind of magical beings, they're peers. They're us. You might work with one. You might be one. We all have the possibility of being in fact, I like the conversation around, I don't think Martin Luther King Jr. had a career plan to be a spokesperson and to be a world-changing person. He is someone who woke up every day with clarity about his values and clarity on what it meant to him to be in integrity, and then he just acted from that place, preached to his choir. I mean, not a choir, well, his congregation until people started noticing and started being invited to speak more places, and there's something really powerful about that trajectory, not of what's my goal, but what is my truth, and then I just take the next step in that direction, take the next step in that direction. It's important not to be daunted and say, "I don't know how to fix the world. There's too much wrong. I'm gonna do nothing." Don't try to change and fix the world. Try to take the next step towards compassion and love. It could be curiosity. It could be what we were talking about here right now. It's just like, can I make one step away from certainty towards curiosity? Can I take one step away from contempt towards compassion. I think I played the video yesterday about the Sarah Silverman, uh, meeting contempt with love and how powerful that can be. That's the lesson of MLK Jr., that's the lesson of Jesus, turn the other cheek. It's the lesson that is so far from so many Christian theologies, but is the you know, Jesus's idea of turn the other cheek was so powerful and revolutionary that, Gandhi, a Hindu, was like, "Holy shit, that's next level." If you were here, share what you're grateful for. I'd love to share it. It's so powerful for us to be inspired by others' gratitude. Welcome, Lily and Sinead Trotman. Gerwat says, "That's awesome. That puts me 3 degrees away from MLK." Right? I think that's good, I think it's important to to know that the majority of people, I'd say 99.999% of the humans on this planet are just like you. There are some very special beings who are evolved and enlightened. MLK Jr. was not one of them. I don't I I don't know if we can name one of them. Maybe the Dalai Lama, maybe Eckhart Tolle, at times Byron Katie. Yeah, there's people that are living in that liminal state of oneness consciousness, but most, not most, statistically, everyone else is struggling with their humanness. And maybe struggling is the wrong word because it's just what humaning is. Laura says, "I live in freedom." Beautiful. Can you describe what you mean by that? I would love to have some details about what that is. And anyone that's here, what are you grateful for? I would love to hear what you're grateful for. Onion says, "I am grateful for the images that manifest as I meditate lately. It is as if my subconscious is coming through." Ooh, cool. Natasha says, "Happy MLK Day. I am grateful for this day of recognition. I have hope for people remembering that he was all about during this dark but not pro-Brown time. I'm also grateful for a partner I have so much in common with that we can enjoy several hobbies together and also be cool and supportive in having separate hobbies too." That is key. That's one of the big things that my grandpa would counsel couples, he married, like 1,000 couples, and if they gotta have apartness in your togetherness. Natasha also says, "I'm also grateful for my partner helping me follow my colonoscopy prep instructions." Family that purges violently from their bottom together stays together. Laura says, "I'm in a free country, the Netherlands, and in a place to help others." Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. It is, it's good for us to hear that. Pierre is here. Good morning, Pierre. Pierre, you are in my thoughts frequently as I have your light art in my house on usually 24/7. I hope it won't, is that dangerous? Is that, will I burn it out? Should I be turning it off more often? Welcome, Susan, and anyone else who's joining. Um, what else am I grateful for? I'm grateful that I got a nice phone call from my beloved who is, uh, in Big Sur right now. I am grateful that I'm gonna have lunch today with, uh, an awesome friend who used to be a coaching client, and during our time together, he was trying to evolve his life from kind of young party guy into mature man, and now he's got, uh, a family and a beautiful baby, and so I'm looking forward to connecting and learning more about what the adventure is like now. Gearbot says, "I'm grateful for this practice, especially on days when optimism feels out of reach. Yeah. My brother and I this morning, we were, sharing some frustrations with the world, like, he went to a Laker game yesterday and had a lot of fun, and I'm a big sports person. We're just noticing, like, how different some things in the world are than when we were growing up, like, sports betting, like, I'm not into sports betting, but I can see how massive the introduction of legalized sports betting has changed our culture in the US. It's gross, and there's lots of little things like that, and as we were complaining, I was like, "Man, we sound like old men saying, "Get off my lawn," and a little bit of "Make America great," like, it's easy to slip into, "It was used to be better." Um, Natasha says, "I'm grateful the Seahawks won this weekend." Yeah, sports. I saw this thing of, that Rob Lowe was at a game and he was wearing an NFL hat, which has become like a meme of meaning just like you don't care about sports, you're just like, "Yay, sports," which I love. I have a picture of myself when I was younger, I just painted in my whole face, like, colors, like, of the team that was not playing and just said "sports" across my face, and that's my general attitude. Lynn says, "Good morning, Lynn. Your human vessel looks radiantly beautiful today. Thank you. I'm grateful to have this container available for live human connection and conversation and things to think about outside of my own thoughts and curiosity. I'm so grateful you're here. I should also let anyone know that there's also a live Zoom gratitude circle every day, 3 hours later. So it's noon on the West Coast, but 3 hours after the East Coast. And you can find a link to that on my lifestudent.com page. Uh, I won't actually be there today 'cause I'll be at lunch, but, um, it's this, but with face to face, and everyone gets to speak for, like, a minute if you want to. Lynn says, "I sent a friend here recently. He said, 'Wow, the pureness and truth the spirit just pours out from his eyes.'" Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Sounds like Laura and Pierre, uh, a Walking Lazarus, have invited us all to come stay with them in the Netherlands. So thank you very much for they're just saying they both live there, but I think we should just show up on their doorstep, packed and ready to stay indefinitely. Uh, Again, thank you, Lynn. I think I'm gonna try to I got a private blog where I copy paste, like, emails and messages I get that are really affirming so that I can have a treasure chest to peek at if I ever feel poor. Meaning if I ever feel that I am not good enough or I'm wasting my life or something, I look at this treasure chest of connection and positive impact and can remember how abundant my life is, and so I think I'm gonna add what you just said, so thank you. Juan says, "I'm grateful for the ability to see to s I'm grateful the ability to see things how they are and push through with greater focused purpose." Mm, excellent, Juan. Natasha says, "You should repost your pic that says 'Go Sports.'" I'll look for it. I mean, one of the ones of it is I have my hair in oh my gosh, it's funny. I have my hair in like a a man bun. It's that long ago, meaning it was, like, in my 20s. I can do a man bun again now, though. I'm finally getting to a point where I can man bun. Woohoo! Heinen says, "I am so grateful for each one of you and the insights." Tasha says, "I am grateful my kiddo has made some good friends here. She's at a sleepover of a newer friend's house right now, playing with their chickens." Mm, it's so magical. She's so happy hearing and seeing pics of your motherhood. High noon, yep, I think we're all in agreement. We're gonna have a Hug Nation meetup in the Netherlands. We're gonna have a pink ride. One of my favorite memories of visiting Amsterdam was renting a bike and riding out into the countryside. Uh, Lynn says, "I do that with texts or messages. I screenshot them and save them for the same reason." Speaking of saved messages, this weekend was Janus's birthday. Janus, um, was my co-host and dear friend, co-host for the Stay Sparked podcast, which I still do with Betsy, but Betsy, Janus, and I, we went through a lot together, and, he passed a year ago, and, a little over right about now, actually, but it was his birthday, and I just was having a lot of, complicated feelings of appreciation and gratitude for our friendship. Also, like, reconciling like, I think when he passed, a part of me was like, "We weren't that good of friends." Like, and in his absence, I've recognized that that voice in me was trying to deal with pain. Um, but I'm feeling grateful for him. It's interesting that his birthday is so close to MLK Jr. Day because he was my closest Black friend, and he was someone who was very patient in helping me to evolve my understandings of racism and our culture, and, he was someone that I would sometimes reach out to and say, "Did I I did d is what I just said offensive, or is this insensitive?" And he would give me his honest responses, and I know that's a big ask of somebody, and, but we had a close enough friendship, and, so I'm a better person because of him, so I'm feeling very grateful for him, in the memories around his birthday. Lisa says, "I was thinking as I read this that Lynn should check out our gratitude circle. Would love to meet and welcome Lynn and any others who want to who want to. Same bat place, same bat channel." Yeah, again, the link is on, lifestudent.com. There's a link to the Zoom room, and I'm usually there at noon Pacific, but there's people gather there at 6 p.m. as well as 3 in the morning, which is noon in Europe. Hi, Jill. Uh, Natasha says, "Janus and my husband's mother share the same birthday. I realized this weekend she passed 2 years ago. Hugs." Hey, JM. Good morning or good day. Natasha says, "I recommend watching Come See Me in the Good Light regarding death and actively dying. It's really beautiful." As speaking of, dying recommendations, I highly recommend the TV show Dying for Sex. So good. And if you've just joined us, the picture is my grandpa and MLK Jr. Alright, let's take it down now. Heine says, "I'm grateful for my cousin I am becoming closer with." Nice. Hello to you in Germany, Jam. We've got Germany in the house. We've got the Netherlands in the house. I'm in California. I know we got New Mexico in the house. Juan says, "Let's have regional Hug Nation get-togethers." I love that idea. But in the meantime, once a year, we're having a get-together in San Diego. Every mid-January, every year, we're doing a Hug Nation gathering in San Diego. Put it on your calendar for next year. Anybody else wanna share anything that they're feeling grateful for? I I'm feeling grateful for the progress I've been making on my book, um, and I'm grateful for the help that I'm getting through ChatGPT. It's I've been resistant because I don't wanna outsource. But I haven't been having it write for me. I've been saying, like, "Here's my outline. Now, can you help me organize things and just give me some good insights?" And then I had it go look through a bunch of transcripts of things that I've said and talks and say, "What do I like to talk about that I have not included in this book?" And it was like, basically it was great. It was really helpful. And one of my struggles is in holding big stuff. I like, I work on a project for a day and I'm done. So, holding a parts of a book together is hard for me. So, having technology help me with organizing and help me with saying, "This is actually very similar to this. You might wanna combine that." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. Go enjoy your day, Natasha. Love you." JM says, "I'm grateful for my new health insurance contract." Yeah. Uh, I'm grateful for this day ahead. I am grateful for my beloved Lisa, and when she's away, I am so aware of how impactful she is in my life and how important she is, and I'm like, it's I was talking with her the other day about how grateful I live in a state of pretty profound gratitude, and I think one of the pieces of that equation, one of the elements of my current mindset is that, not too many years ago, I was ready to be done with life. I didn't think I would be able to kick my addiction in this lifetime. I felt like I'd done everything that I needed to do. I felt like I'd had a bigger impact on the world than I'd expected. I'd, by being dropped finding the internet and Burning Man and psychedelics early on, I was able to share my journey and beautiful impact on a lot of people. And so I felt like, "I'm cool. I'm good. I'm done." I don't I'm not I wasn't suicidal, but I was certainly unattached to growing old and staying alive. And so to be now in a place where I am so in love and so engaged in this adventure of partnership, um, and having just, like, so many moments in the day when I am present and grateful for a bite of food, for the view out the window, for the feeling of Lisa next to me. Like, it's, uh it's profound, and thank goodness I'm still alive to enjoy it. Well, I am so grateful to have this beautiful space for us to connect and remind each other of all the things to be grateful for, 'cause it is easy to get caught in a narrative that everything sucks. So, many things suck, and there's lots to be grateful for. That's the whole give you some juicy nuggets of joy to keep you strong as you have to face the struggles of life. Lisa says, "I'm grateful to see and hear you today. Your face and voice are a touchstone for me. I'm grateful for still treading water until my feet find solid ground again." I am sending you lots of love, Lisa, and have tons of faith, and I'm so appreciative of you and the world. Jam says, "I'm grateful you're alive too." Thank you. Renee says, "Thank you for sharing that place you found yourself. I have been there for many months now, off and on. Like, I'm good on the human experience. It oscillates, especially for this timeline in humanity." I completely understand. I completely understand. And I think that, in those moments when the darkness of humanity becomes overwhelming, it's okay to focus on the classroom of your own mind and heart. What are the ways that I can work on more understanding, more compassion? What are the ways that I can do more self-observation and observe the ways that I have been impacted by my traumas in my past? Can I have more patience and self-love? Can I forgive? Because that battle might seem insignificant in light of everything that's happened in the world, but it's all the same battle. It's all the same healing. So thanks for sticking in there and taking one step in front of the other. Thank you, MLK, for the incredible role modeling of what can happen when you walk in powerful integrity and speak clearly your truth. Wherever you are, on behalf of Grandpa Caleb, Martin Luther King Jr., and all of us here, take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of all of us, thanks for being here for Hug Nation Live. Love you. And if you have not checked out the Hug Monster YouTube, I've been putting up some new ones there. Uh, Hug Monster is my puppet. Also linked on lifestudent.com. So have a cruise over to lifestudent.com and see what I'm made of. Also, just a FYI, she's not here today, but, um, Rooster sent me a self-addressed stamped envelope. If you want me to send you stickers, there is a link on lifestudent.com, or you can send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, and I will send it back with stickers. Enjoy this beautiful day. Thanks for being here. I love you.